everyone, Jason at Bog Road Honey. We're back for, well, I guess we'll call part 3. I have to break up the other video into 2 parts. So part 3, if you watch the other videos, is checking to see how they're doing in the brood chamber I added here. This is the original one. This is the second brood chamber I added because they weren't building comb up here appropriately. So let's check it out. Honey super off. So right off I still see the weird comb, but they built it into, it actually looks like they're using it for honey now instead. So let's go down here first. Actually I don't know where the queen is going to be, so that's the only problem I have with a double brood chamber, so give me a second when I find her. Alright, when I find her, I'll be back. Alright, so what I had planned earlier did not work at all. So what I'm going to do is turn this back down to a single brood chamber. I've taken all the other comb or frames off and have shaken the bees in here to ensure that the queen is in here. So let's get putting this back together. And I'll show you what I'm going to do in the end. They're obviously not very happy, but I gotta get him out of the way here. Basically what we're going to do now is we're going to build the hive back up. It still has brood, so in the top parts we're going to do something similar you would do when you collect the honey. I'll show you the bee escape here in a second. Let me get these guys wrapped back up. trying to get as many bees out as I can. I don't want to crush them all, but unfortunately we're going to crush some. Because I'm kind of taking room away from them, I'm going to give them more room. This one isn't built up very well, so I know one of my other videos I said we top super, but we only have one frame of honey built up here, so that shouldn't make too much of a difference. It's just going to kind of look weird until next weekend when we can remove the top one here. Alright, so here's what we're going to do now. So I got my supers on. We're back down to a single brood chamber in this right here. What we have, like I said, is called a Quebec bee escape. So basically this sits face down like this. The bees can go in through here, they find their way out through here, but they can't find their way back in. And then everything above this will be empty of bees by next weekend. Should be. So. Let me just readjust this. All right, so here you can see the bee escape. What we're gonna do is put the other chamber back on. So unfortunately, that plan didn't work to kind of split them like that. They had drawn up some really weird comb and ended up creating channels underneath it so you couldn't see anything, or barely any of the bees, including the queen. So hopefully she's back down there. Everything up here, by the time that the bees vacate the top box here, all the brood is going to be hatched, so we don't have to worry about that. There's some really good honey up here that I was planning on leaving for them, but we have to change it around, and so we'll actually just harvest it next week, along with some really good wax. The frames, I think it's the frames that were the issue, and they just didn't like it, so they built it weird. So make sure you watch the other 2 parts to understand what I'm talking about in this one. If you like it, hit subscribe, give us a like, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching.